All right, so how can we set this to something different? Well, let's do this. Let's ask our user, string keep going. Let's ask our user if they want to keep going, and we'll use that as a condition to change our flag. Meaning, let's do this. Shall I keep looping? So I'm going to ask the user, shall I keep looping? Then we're going to, let's see, cin keep going. Keep hitting the wrong thing apparently. Keep going. So let's ask our user. They're going to type in something like y or n. So that's going to be my condition. If keep going equals, remember this is a comparison, it's not equals. So I'm used to equals sign, which really says compare whatever they type in to this. So I'm going to say if keep going, let's say no. So if they type in a capital N at the keyboard, then that means they don't want to keep looping. So there's my if statement. So I'm going to take my flag and put it in here. And the idea is flag equals false. All right, so let's look at this. So ask the user, shall I keep going? Wait for them to put in a response. If they type in a capital N, in fact, maybe I should tell them type N, maybe type N to stop. Okay, so I'm going to even give them a clue. If they type in this capital N, then we're going to set the flag to false, which means that the loop will stop running, and we'll print this line afterwards. So let's try that. I probably should put an end line at the end here too, just so that I have some clean lines entered. Anyway, so let's go ahead and run that and see what happens. So I'm waiting for my console window to come up. I'm waiting. I think I'm waiting for my, oh, it wasn't, I guess I didn't click the button. All right, waiting. All right, so what happened? So I got prompted, shall I keep looping? Type N to stop. So I'm going to type anything but a capital N. So you and I think, well, you type the word yes or yes. I understand that, but for now, I'll just do a Y. Shall I keep looping? Well, I can really put anything I want in there because the only code I wrote was if they wrote the capital letter N. And I say capital because if I put a little n, that is not the same thing to a computer as a capital N. You're smart enough to know that that's the same letter, but the computer's not. So it's going to keep going until I type anything but a capital N. So as soon as I type a capital N, then sure enough, the loop stopped. So we looped over and over and over again until some condition was met, the condition that we created, which was, did they type in a capital N? Well, what if they typed in a little n? Well, that's where we're going to use something called a conditional operator. So I'm going to type in if keep going equals or, no, that's an and, sorry. So let me do this. Okay, so that's the key. If I do shift and the key above your backslash key, and this is what we call an or operator. So let me just keep writing. Keep going is the same as a lowercase n. And so what this says is or, meaning that if this side is true or this side is true, then the whole thing becomes true. So if they type in a little n or a big N, then this Boolean will render true, and then we will get our false. So let's go ahead and run that just to verify that that is in fact working. And it slipped up here again. So if I type, shall I keep looping? I'm going to do a Y. I'm doing a J, G, doesn't matter, but as soon as I type in a little n, we saw the big N work last time, so now I'm going to use a little n. And in fact, it finished out the loop.